All right, so the patch notes for global have just released an hour ago. 2 a.m. Are they releasing these each time sooner than the last time? I feel like they are. I feel like last time was like 4 a.m. No, it's 2 a.m. Thankfully, it's 3 a.m. and I'm still awake. So, CUSACK is releasing as part of course, part two of the Zeldris. No, sorry, I just read Zeldris. Part two of the global 1.5 anniversary. Is that right? And I think it's needless for me to say I don't recommend summoning for CUSACK. Now, I'm not even gonna pretend that he's actually a bad unit. He's not, he's a good unit. And you can have moments with him where he does look impressive. But he's not good enough to be a festival. I think that both him and Zeldris are two characters that should not have been festivals at all. Green Zeldris should have just been Zeldris, you know, the base Zeldris that we have. He should have been a base Zeldris, like a normal banner character, and so should have been CUSACK. I personally think Chandler is better than CUSACK, and he's a regular part 3 banner character. So, he's good. Again, CUSACK is good, but he's not good enough. But if you use Assault Melee and you've seen enough gameplay of CUSACK that you're convinced you want to summon for him, sure. But I would suggest either, if you're already done summoning for Margaret, that you save for the potential slime collab that we're getting, or if you really liked the new DN that's coming out, that's also a much better option than this CUSACK. That DN is actually a really fun unit that I personally like. Again, I also would not recommend her because she's very specific, but not like she's not very broad in very much areas of the game like Margaret is. Margaret is very good in so many areas of the game. She's good for the bird, she's good for PvP, she's good for general PvE activities. Margaret is God, basically. So if you're done summoning for Margaret, I think my best recommendation is just wait for the potential slime collab. We don't know, it's not guaranteed, but it's a good chance. The potential slime collab. JP should be getting a new banner next week, so could be that. Or could not, could be something else. If you just want to know what he does. The thing about like releasing characters a month after JP is that, you know, you just saw what they do if you keep up with videos at all. But if by any chance you don't know what CUSACK does, he can't crit, just like Zeldris. They actually buffed the crit card, does a little more damage than before. His passive is inflicts additional damage equal to 40% of the enemy's increased HP if a critical hit did not occur when the demon race allies is a single target attack skill. Now, of course, this was meant to be used against Ban, which was the meta before Margaret. Margaret took over and now Margaret is meta. But Margaret also enhances HP. The thing is that CUSACK doesn't have a good team. CUSACK, either you throw him on Assault Melee, or you maybe throw him with Margaret, but at that point you might as well use the actual Margaret team, that's much better. So, CUSACK doesn't really have a place. If he did, I think he would be actually a much better position than he is right now, because Bond teams are getting a comeback with the Holy Relic that Bond got. The second place team for this week on PvP was Bond with the Holy Relic. First place was Margaret, but the second place was Bond. So if Bond start popping up more, CUSACK could be a viable unit. Again, issue. Just using a mono blue works much better than using CUSACK. But yeah, and he also takes off Ultimate Gauge, which this card, you know, it's a very good card. I still think it's a very, you know, useful card in general. His ult is very odd to me. He does Power Strike, which, you know, is the same principle as Sariel single target, which the more resistance the enemy has, the more damage he does. And he applies Abyss at rank 3 and 4 for 20% of damage, and at 5 and 6 for 50. Odd that they decided to include that. Because, like in general, his multiplier is not very high. It's high, but for a single target? I don't know. But in any case, yeah, that's CUSACK. Don't recommend. The banner is decent because it has green Galfer, but that's it really. That's the best compliment I'll give. Looking for it. It should say somewhere here. If you pull him, you actually... Oh yeah, I think it's this one. Dual Swordsman CUSACK growth event. If you do summon for him and you pull him, you do have the option, or you do have the permission from that marble for you to get an extra dupe. A lot of people got it mixed up with him being a free unit. No, you have to actually pull him, and then you unlock the stage to actually be able to get a free, quote unquote. It's free, but you know, you have to actually pull him. You get a dupe of him. It was very useful for me because I really didn't care for summoning him too much. But yeah, you get one for... If you pull him from the free multi, GG, you get the free dupe as well. But, you know. Lots of random stuff. The super boss, Zeldris and Estarossa. That's fine. Again, I feel like super bosses lost their meaning. I'm glad that they're almost done, basically. Oh no, they're gonna do Archangels actually. They're definitely gonna do Archangels. But final boss, super boss, whatever, lost its meaning. It's just an event that happens every month. A new one comes out. It used to be like super special, you know. But now everyone gets one. You know, I wanted the commitments to get one, but I think that the fact that they got in duos was really bad. I think they should have got singulars. But I guess it's also good because it's wrapping up the final bosses and just getting it done. I think that if random characters didn't get final bosses, it would be much better. If there was like no final boss Gila, which like serves no purpose because Gila didn't get a final boss cosmetic. So what's the point of it being called a final boss? Just call it something else. Just call it something, like, be the same activity, have the same rewards, just call it something else. Simple, but no, they call it final boss. But in any case, Zeldris and Estarossa. The best team I would believe was Green Galfer, Margaret, and Bon. But of course, you don't need exactly that team to just be able to get the cosmetic and everything, which is what really matters, to be honest. These stuffs are coming just random. There's all the normal, like, event stuff that they always bring back. It's coming. One thing that I always liked, though, is this. The tickets times 2. I used to skip tickets so much. Oh, the moments we remember volume 2. That event's so bad. Just random stuff. You get one free CUSACK cosmetic set, the Grey Demon one. Yeah, this is them showing that they're buffing the card, the cleave card, from being 50% off crit damage now to being 75% of crit damage, and they're buffing his ultimate as well. The ultimate thing. They don't buff from level 1, they only buff like starting from level 2 and stuff. It's cool, but I don't think that I ever, like, let's say I have like a 4-6 Zeldris. I don't think that an extra 6% of lowering HP would like really make or break, but it's a nice buff. And the passive, honestly, the best part about this is the Zeldris buff passive. Now only needing 8 debuffs instead of 10, and giving you 24% instead of 20. I think that's the best part about the whole patch. That actually made Zeldris a really good 4th. And of course, just Season 3 Tavern stuff. And yeah, CUSACK coming tomorrow. Summon if you want to, I'm not your dad, but like, don't recommend.